you so very much. Our first chalet, really?
Really?
We're in France, mon Dieu. You know what that means?
No, I don't know what that means.
God.
What does it mean?
It means my God.
Oh, it means my... Oh.
Mon Dieu.
Monsieur.
DarkZero versus OXG. DZ starting on defense. They get the very first ban. They say no ace.
Ace ban on...
It'll be an ace-free match. How to make the rules?
I mean, an ace can still happen, if you will. Nomad follows Troop next. Now Dream gets to play Ash, he says. Uh-oh, yeah. Dream on Ash, imagine that demon time.
Getting to watch the DZ was an M80 matchup yesterday. Not as a caster, but as a spectator. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
The mayor is back in town, they proclaim, after NJR's 1v4 clutch. Defensive operators locked in. By the way, it's a Valkyrie and a Zami that are not available. Valkyrie banned out in the last match that you and I just casted.
Yeah, even in that NJR 1v4 clutch yesterday, even Troy was talking smack in chat. So, that, you know, that's a good one. He always holds back unless it's deserved, I guess. Canadian, of course. You brought up last time, Parker. Plays the most amount of solos at the Invitationals, and also, I think so far in the NAL. Plays solos almost every single round when we cast DarkZero. And we'll start things off in that same similar fashion here in round 1 in Chalet on their master bedroom defense. This bomb site is just odd. All of a sudden, it never gets played. Then, like, you know, 2 months goes by, now every team goes there first. And I wouldn't be surprised that when the major comes around, it's going to be abandoned once again. It's just one of those seasonal bomb sites, I guess. Where sometimes it's the place to be, and others it is not.
10 seconds remaining.
So much site destruction, so loud that I actually had to turn you up because it was so loud.
It actually is kind of loud. Also, OXG lied to us. They said with Ace being banned, the Dream gets to play Ash, it's demon time, he's on Ibana. Disappointing.
Ridiculous.
I have to say. Slander.
Unbelievable. Very unhappy when teams lie to us. Hold on a second. Let me pull up information from Jesse J. Chick from yesterday. He actually sent me this in a message, and it said...
He never sends me things.
That's fine.
It's very saddening.
He goes, and I quote, Canadian played more Solace than anybody else at SI, 42 rounds total. That's 40%. And yesterday, Canadian played an awful lot of Solus as well. And would you look at the operator that he's playing today?
Solus.
It's Solus.
I mean, it makes sense. Honestly, I feel like it's a match made in heaven for him. He loves to play the pulse, but Solus' range much higher. Impact arguably higher as well. And he used to be a playmaker. Deny plants below, gives his team information, deny enemy information, and he get a great gun in P90. Troy's a happy troop runners up.
Happy little camper.
Yeah.
Not camping on the Solus though. He'll be very mobile.
Yeah.
So he has him running around. Like
Yeah. Oh, he's running.
He'll be as animated as Mr. B in all of those exit shots that we see.
Always a happy camper for him.
Ooh, hold on a second.
Though.
Yeah, this might be our first altercation. The Wamai holding the angle. Gavin, what do you have for him? What do you have prepared for him, Gavin? First kill is going to be NJR's. He takes out Newer's Sweater, punishing Gavin. Now Canadian is down to Foxay 2. Achieve taking some damage.
Chief and DC, it's going to take some time to, like, make that seem normal, right? Such a, didn't see that one coming, to be honest.
See you on the other side.
But Achieved bringing that stability for DarkZero and also some flexibility in operator pool as well. Has had a great time so far. Still finding his footing. Had an interview yesterday saying that things are still being figured out. Things take time. And Panda strikes back with a Sweater, evening things back to a 3 versus 3. DarkZero in a comfortable position, but his office wall exterior to the bomb site has been opened up.
It'll take most of this stage for these rosters to gel with one another, Nick, so do not be particularly surprised if it takes maybe a little bit longer. Foxay inside a main lobby. He's outdueled by NJR. That leaves Dream and Yaga, or Dream rather, upright as the last player. Foxay still bleeding out. Nice shot from Dream onto NJR. Another one lined up onto Pambazoo, cannot connect. Given away by the default cam. He'll have to go retrieve Foxay. Should be able to do it, but this is a precarious position to be in. So Nitro Cell in the hands of the Mute have achieved, holding down what is the default plant inside of Office.
15 seconds to go.
He and Pamba still very much upright. Last two players from OXG going in the same area, heading in through Piano. Dream doesn't look the correct way. Pamba's a little bit farther back. Achieved is the one that might take the engagement here, but Pamba has the beautiful read and a pre-fire. Makes it relatively routine as DZ take the first round.
And again, very few people can just, can actually fight back against NJR. He's winning so many gunfights, and the one member, unironically, is Dream from Oxygen, who wins the gun battle in the 1v1. It's a pod player, as we all expected, right? Because this man, Dream, just plays the game at such a high level right now. The stage 1 of NAL, winning every single fight. We saw him on Border yesterday, Parker. On Border, doing like 15 kills on support, playing Maestro.
It was insane.
Position.
You and I casted that match.
We did.
It was a maniac.
And it was insane.
Absolute maniac. Insanity. If you could use one word to describe it, what would it be?
Insanity maniac. I'm gonna combine both words into one.
That sounded French.
That sounded French.
Insanity maniac.
Insanity maniac.
Insanity maniac.
Insanity maniac.
That's what it sounded. Canadian using an impact, by the way, to take out a drone.
It's worth, okay?
You think so?
He wins the mental warfare. It's absolutely worth. Imagine like, haha, I got away. I escaped. And they're like, actually, no, you didn't. I think it's worth it.
Actually, no.
Also, they almost have as many impacts as reinforcements. If you look at the top left graphic, a lot of dots on the table.
I do like that change. What are your thoughts on it?
Honestly, I didn't like it at first, and I think change in general is just like not comfortable, but after a day and a half, I'm for it. I am. I like it.
I don't hate it.
No, I feel like it's actually not as hard to keep track of as I thought it might be.
Oh, it's not bad.
He's finding nothing. Fox is looking. That's all he gets. The beat boop.
You just got to stay in range. This is a very high pick operator that was actually banned out from Fox A in their earlier matchup. Great choice. Breach already opened up, by the way. You don't need an ace to do it. You don't need a Hibana this time either. Dream will cycle through the hard breachers. First kill goes to Canadian on DarkZero. He's got spies right now. Sending from above. He sees where those Hibana pellets are going. And he can call the entry points so that very quickly DZ can reposition themselves. They're ready for it.
Yeah. As long as they have dining hatch control, whereas Canadian was just playing inside the dining/kitchen, they can deny that bomb side breach in the doorway as well. OXG got both front and back pressure on the bomb side itself, but they can't really act upon it as of yet. No smoke grenades as Dream has flashbangs on the thermite. They gotta go in guns blazing.
Newers, now that he's got all of his hard breach out of his system, they'll go for the fight. Possibly bringing the heat to Canadian and Gavin from above. They know there's a Capcan on the board, so you have to tread carefully through those doorways, which is exactly why you see Newers constantly looking at the beautiful framework that's been done. There's a long range from Connector, and Newers has a window into that, but windows go both ways. Who's gonna win the duel? Who's the better magnification? Who is the better shot? NJR, excuse me. What? He's gonna immediately pivot towards the breach as well and find yet another. But you said it, the only person who can outduel NJR is Dream, who with diffuser in hand, sits in the middle of the site.
Ridiculous, honestly. But still a minute to go.
And it's Dream again! Good lord, what a performance it's been from Dream so far through these two games. Diffuser going down, there's an impact almost mortally wounding Dream, who has to bail off of the defuse. Gavin doesn't have any more impacts whatsoever. He has to take the engagements head to head, but he's lost out on where Yaga's gone. Dream in a completely different site. Gavin, the newest player for DZ prior to Achieved coming on. Youngest player on the team, just missing out as they have scrambled out, and the Buck will retake from above. Nice kill onto Dream, but Gavin now has his hands full with the Buck upstairs, almost getting Yaga. Knows exactly where he is, cannot snap. Yaga has the bar working in his favor. OXG answers back with a tense post plant.
I'll say Gavin played that incredibly well, reading the situation beautifully throughout, but the post plan for Buck above, way too strong. The supportive work of Dream and NGR from DC and OXG doing so much work in the fragging department on the entry and finding and making space on the bomb set itself. NGR might have been feeling himself a little bit too much, went for an aggressive third swing, which then he got shut down. That side pressure was then annihilated from OXG. Things got worse. Bomb got planted by OXG. 1v2 does favor the attackers. But Dream, you saw Newers and Hibana, which is a rare sight, always on that Iana typically. He got shut down immediately. I want to see, just swap Dream and Newers, right? Give Dream the Iana, see what he can make happen. give News the Harbors duties.
Is that the plan?
It seems to be. I think right now we're seeing a case of support players just stepping up to the plate, and entries honestly quite frequently struggling right now. But I think if you're making changes to a roster, it kind of makes sense that if anything, entries are going to get impacted the most. When things kind of change up and who says what and who's droning for whoever, that can be difficult to work with. Now, OXG, they haven't made many changes, right? They got Vertical out, Yogg back in, who was previously on that roster. That shouldn't really impact Neurus at all, but Neurus has had a bit of a slow start so far in the NAL for the stage. Also rocking that Ghost Charm, as is Pambasu always.
Is it the same? Is it the same Ghost Charm?
It has to be. There can only be one Ghost Charm.
Can we please go to Pambasu?
We gotta investigate now. So that's his Ghost Charm.
There's actually two. There's the little green one.
But they're both blue, no?
He doesn't have it.
He doesn't have it? No.
In the Alps, sacré bleu. Hot and Cold runs the other Ghost Charm that looks like kind of like a hanky.
Okay.
It's like a little, it just looks like kind of like somebody's like pinched the top of like a handkerchief. You've seen it, go back and watch the videos.
Okay.
It's very important that we understand how these players synergize.
Oh yeah, you love Skinnergy. We all know.
I love Skinnergy. You got to kill in style. Anyway, 1 minute off the board. Different operator in the hands of Canadian. He's on Vigil this time. He loves Valkyrie. He loves Vigil. He loves Pulse. He loves that Soulless. And now this time, just rocking the Vigil. Currently inside of the bar. Has a rotate over to Gaming if need be. It's not where the bomb site is, though. It's over on Kitchen. First floor still. The Vigil spotted out, but Sweater is unable to find the target. Somebody else can, though. It's Newers to sprint on in. Nice bit of teamwork to give OXG kill #1 in the round halfway through.
Yes, nice teamwork for OXG, but where's the help for Canadian? He's up completely alone, no support, no crossfire established. Gavin was above on the library corner hatch. Could have done something to help him, surely, but didn't. He falls early, 5 vs 4 in favor of OXG, and Pambasu next in the line of fire.
Oh, this is such a gutsy play by Pambasu. It works for a single kill, but you got to take these acts of desperation as they come. That's the first casualty for OXG. They still outnumber DZ, up 2-1. This 4v2 favoring them. OXG winning the previous round. Downstairs, looking for yet another. Take the lead over DZ.
Pan back in and Gavin all playing very aggressive in front and forth. Meanwhile, Chieftain Judge is like sitting back on site waiting for something to happen nearby, and it doesn't, because OXG, they go through the ABCs, first clear the roam, then hit the side. That's what's up next.
Panel opened up looking into Kitchen. DZ had been forced back at this point, but NJR is as good as he always is. One of the most flexible players in all of North America and one of the most consistent up to this point. There's a grenade that sails over him, but look at this angle he's holding. All he needs to do is pop up, find the head, shut him down, and he does just that. Gets the down, but Newers is there yet again. Foxay outdueling achieved. DZ's last two players tried, but ultimately it was in vain, as the second round in a row for Oxygen gives them a lead in this map.
This is Chalet, right? Attack on it is rather simple, I would say, in most cases, because you kind of just go through the same motions. There's not that much adaptive play required, so if you're a team that has a strong early game, which OXG definitely do on those aggressive entries, you're off pretty well. Most maps where most teams struggle is that mid-round adaptation. So as long as you can build an early lead, that should usually just build into a round victory. That's how OXG get into these rounds time and time again. DarkZero, known to be a very structured, kind of slow-paced team, they're speeding things up. They have been the most consistent team throughout the first two, and now this third game so far in the first stage of NAL, but they've done so by playing aggressive. And now that aggression is shut down immediately. So the question now comes, does DarkZero have a different way into these rounds to find success? Because you cannot just expect NGR to just somehow find 4 kills every single round as your win condition.
It's very unsustainable.
It's very unsustainable, and it's unreliable, and it's the only real thing that's been happening so far in this game in the first 3 rounds. NGR had 2 rounds, both rounds that DC lost, where if he clutched up, they win the whole thing. Sure, Gavin also had that 1 vs 1 on the base and bomb side, the 1v2 that he almost won, that is. But it's mostly just all the back of the mayor and GR making everything happen.
I love that that's stuck around. I really, really do.
What's the origination of that?
I don't know why they called him the mayor. I don't at all. I frankly don't. But you know what? with things like that, you can't really question it.
No.
You just got to go with it. It's funny. It's funny, so you say it. I know it came from SI, or at least that's where it seemed to go viral.
Yeah, yeah.
SI is where we see Canadian the most unhinged of any event.
That is absolutely true.
He is insane. Which, again, is the word that we will come back to here.
Insanity, yeah. I love the Jackal pick here to kind of try and shut down Canadian. He's on that isolated roam typically.
2 drones and the ability to use your Inox. That is, it seems almost excessive. But I like that they are making sure there is no weakness, some built-in redundancy, if you want to call it that. Is that going to take out the shield? Wow, it actually will. Got to give a shout out to Pambazoo's cam. I love looking at the ceiling.
And Troy's forehead. Also beautiful.
You got the bandana collecting all the sweat of playing in a well air-conditioned team house.
Hey, he's hard at work, okay?
Yeah, you gotta. All right. First kill of the round goes to OXG. Pambazoo no more. He'd peeked that window by library. He's gone. Gavin is still on this spot. Can't hit a shot on Newers, it seems. Managed to do a little bit of damage before dying, but OXG are just mopping the floor with DZ. Achieved now in a 1v5. He'll be flashed out of his mind behind Piano. He hits the deck. Now it's Yaga's turn to do the same, dropping in. Achieved. Lots of tinnitus, lots of ear ringing. Playing around the double doorway, taking out Newers. An improbable comeback, but definitely one that could happen. Nitrocell goes. Does not successfully go off. Maybe some blind peeking, maybe a bit too much ambition. Can't get it done. Sweater seals the deal. 3 in a row for OXG.
And it's again that early round success that just carries OXG forward time and time again. And DC, they cannot find their way around it. Chalet does favor the attacking side, but it shouldn't be this quote-unquote easy looking for the attacking team. There should be obstacles in their way, making things difficult. Sure, that was a slower round from OXG, but once they got the first initial kill, they got the following 3 in a row, leading to that 1 versus 5 for DarkZero. That's gonna call a tactical timeout rather for DarkZero to figure things out.
Doesn't surprise me at all.
No.
You're on defensive Chalet. Obviously, the changes to the rosters, the change of the meta that we're in right now, whether Brava actually makes a sizable impact or not is a question that will be answered later on. But you lose 3 in a row. You cannot win the first half. DZ will at best emerge 3-3. That's as good as it's going to get.
Yeah.
And OXG has shown that they're playing a very different style. They're not relying on the Brava with Foxy every single round. He's flexing. Watch him make a fool of me by picking Brava. No. It's a 0 for now. But he can always flex off of it. That's the thing.
Attackers need to locate.
I like that DZ called the timeout when they did. Don't let the match get too far away from your grasps. You're not playing like yourself again. It's unsustainable to rely on NJR to get a pick every single round.
Yeah, I think if anything, the simplest way to look at this is just DC has to align on one way to play the game, because right now they have 2 or 3 members playing very, very aggressive and then 2 members playing very, very passive. Kind of meet in the middle or go, you know, all aggressive, all passive. Right now what they're trying to do is hide Canadian on the bomb site on this bandit to deny the wall breach. You see Dream, attacker re-picking from Hibana onto Thermite, so shutting down that exothermic charge on the exterior wall, that's gonna make a big difference. Shutting down one of those 2 means that one breach will basically stay closed or force Newers rotation on Hibana to use the X-Kairos instead. A slower and smaller breach at that. But you were incorrect.
I know, he
is on the Brava.
He 6th picked it. That's not my fault, man. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything wrong.
I did not. I forgive you. We all forgive you. And Foxy, so far by my count, probably the #1 Brava player in the NAL that we've seen so far. At least this is the name that comes to mind. Not surprised. Foxy is in that flex supportive role. Also IGLing for his team. Bandit was spotted out, so they're gonna try and go about this differently, but the cap can try.
Oh, okay. So DZ might not be winning the first engagement with their weapons, but at least their gadgetry is getting it done. Round number 1 was a trade between 2 teams. DZ got first blood in rounds 2 and 5. OXG got first blood in rounds 3 and 4. So it's even. It's literally dead even. 2.5 first bloods each.
2.5, yeah. The trades, yeah.
That's how it works.
Numbers don't lie. It was Yogg in the box, so he had flashbangs, no secondary hard breach for him. Of course, Newers is the second set. Those X-Kairos now being called into action on both the single wall and the pipes wall, boiler wall, trench wall. What name you want to give it, really?
Trench wall, no wine wall. There's garage wall.
Many walls.
Many walls. Life is too short for rooms. There's a nade from below now with Sweater holding in hand. Oh, they missed out, doing a little bit of damage, just a lick to Gavin. Must be bright in there, he's got his hat on. Down goes Pambazoo. That was the Oryx that was roaming. Sweater and the rest of OXG down there. Oh my, they must have a read on this. Sweater through the wall, does a lot of damage to Gavin, almost netting the kill.
I mean, that's just changed the round on its head. It was a 5 versus 4 in favor of DC, but now Sweater almost finds 2 kills, immediately answers back. 45 seconds left. I mean, a plan could happen here for OXG. Once again, it's NGR kind of in the path of them with a C4 in hand, has to shut down this plant, or Canadian for that matter. This Gavin's trying to get back to side, but the plant's going down.
Wow, plant is going
halfway
down.
through.
There's still 8 people left. Dream is to bail off of it. There was a Nitro cell. Get shot out. All right. NJR has to take the engagement on his own versus Newers. NJR is simply better. Newers' coverage is not good enough. Nade goes in. NJR gets away. How does the man pull this off? Fox A kill, as does get achieved. Fox A yet another. It's NJR to clutch out. Does he pull it off? Yes or no?
Yes, absolutely.
You've got so much faith in NJR. He's going to get swung, but no, he doesn't. Newers makes up for a previous error, and the timeout does not pay the way that DZ had hoped. 4 in a row for OXG. They take the first half. There's still 1 round to go. How big can this lead get?
And again, the only actual win condition for DC, and again, is NGR. It's his C4 that could have killed the planter, got shot in there by Newers, well done for him, but then it's NGR aggressing forward, finding that blind spot, shutting down Dream on the plant. It's NGR getting to that 1 versus 2, into the 1 versus 1, and unfortunately for him and DarkZero, he doesn't find the clutch. It's not enough. OXG the better team right now, but NGR is still arguably the better player. But this is a team game, team effort. And this is actually gonna change DarkZero's style up. The big indicator for this is Canadian. He's off that information of the Solis. He's off the roaming operator of Vigil. He's gonna be a more likely site-oriented style operator of the Warden now. Get that C4 still with verticality, but now can play closer to his team and not fall early in the round, because that has been the demise with DarkZero. They keep surrendering early kills, and then things just get worse from there. Sure, sometimes they trade back, but it's rarely a long-term lasting effect. They always end up at a numbers disadvantage with that last minute in the round.
All right, very final defense. OXG like to get in the building very quickly. I don't think this round is going to be any different at all. They'd scared Gavin away from the big window downstairs in games. And now OXG can split their attention elsewhere as they open up some of that garage wall, snowmobile wall, if you want to call it that. On to drones they go. Gavin still in a relatively similar position. He spent about half of this match so far playing on Library Stairs. That is where he will remain for now.
Yeah, the big starting step here for OXG is shut down all the default cameras. You see that here from Sweat in the basement, where Foxy was earlier. Drone's going lobby, shut down that cam if possible as well. No Bravo this time. So you gotta get in physically with your guns to deny that information. But they're doing just that. Newers inside the library, uncontested by DarkZero. It's practically free. Oh, the jammer.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Good
Mute jammer right next to the frost mat.
Keeping the utility close to each other, I suppose.
We've all been there. Sweater taking some damage, but from where? Who does he try to outduel? Such prowess. Such mechanical skill.
So quiet.
It's a very stark contrast to the last match that you and I casted. At SSG Beast Coast.
Oh, ooh. Try
You can hear laughter from the production bay.
Oh, man. Try again, Neurus. You got one more in pocket, but again, it's very low value use of those frag grenades.
I will also say that there has been Newers makes up for it with a nice shot on a Pambazoo. There has been some wonky interactions with nades and castle barricades this season so far, and I don't necessarily blame Newers. Look at all those flashes, chasing Gavin down the stairs. Small opening inside of the garage wall. He'll be able to get away and go towards West Main.
All right, he's out. Let's try again.
Yeah. And it works! Hooray. Newers continuing to post up, getting closer to the bomb site, but guess who does it? It's the mayor. He's seeking re-election, and right now, he's trying to get everyone to vote for him. Showing off what he can do. He's going to lose some of his protection on the wall, bucking as well from below. Sounds like it's going off swimmingly. Cannot do enough damage to Newers. Newers is heating up. He had a bit of a slow start yesterday, but today, mighty fine. He gets swung on by the mute, achieved, successful with that kill. It leaves Dream and Foxay to do more damage, but Dream dies, and it's Fox in a 1v3. What can he accomplish? Anything at all? Not one bit. DZ salvages the very final round. They take 2 in the first half.
Yeah, looking better for them. Neuros is coming alive, however, that could be a problem for DC on this side swap because that was the 6th round. Things will now change up. A 2-4 side favoring the attackers is arguably the expected outcome. But again, most of these rounds were very dominated by OXG in the early lead. There were 2 rounds. Round number 5 and round number 2 came down to 1 versus 1s where, yep, OXG, they were successful in those clutches. Had that gone to DC, it would have been, 4-2 the other side around. So this could still very well be a close game.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Very possible. Sometimes it just lingers. You have to be patient. No patience? Okay, great.
No, we're patient. We shall be. We are.
In terms of entry and roam kills, relatively even between the two teams. Dream looked like he was going to be able to get a number of diffusers down. By the way, did you see the fight that happened on Twitter involving what is considered a successful plant?
It is a good question, however, because if you're planting, and let's say you're like 5 or 6 seconds into a 7-second plant, and the round ends because your team killed the last defender, you basically did plant, right?
But you didn't.
But you didn't at the same time.
Personally,
you're a simple man, I feel like.
Personally, I only consider it a successful plant if it is actually planted.
Yeah.
If you are 1 second in and you kill the last person and you have only been planting for a single second, yeah, to me that doesn't count.
What if you're 6 seconds in? There was just 1 second left.
I think you can't do that. I think you just need to make a very simple rule. Is the plant down or not? It doesn't matter. Because sometimes you can be 6 seconds in, but then there could be a nitro cell tossed and you die.
That's right. So, yeah.
Very quick action to open up Garage Panel now as DZ find themselves on attack. In regards to the way that the roles on DarkZero work, it does not surprise me to see Canadian on the dedicated hard breach, dedicated support. Gavin is backup. But as we saw from Newers, and as most people will refer to, Shaiko in Europe, a Hibana does not only need to be a support, you can still frag out of your mind. First bit of action happening very quickly by library window. NJR losing half his HP, Canadian a tiny bit, Sweater losing some HP as well. Nobody dead.
Sweater is falling back, however, too much pressure applied to his side. Pembasu on the nuke. Actually, on the side door, just tossing a grenade. What is that? Not the way I thought that would go, but hey, it works out. Kill and shield destroyed. Massive value for Pembasu on the nuke. He's just gonna walk out of there. He's applied pressure, and he's taking the attention away from the main breach.
Newers is just holding this angle down, just waiting. They've lost Dream, so you're in a rough spot. Now it's Newers taking damage. I said waiting, but now as the fastest operator in the game, he's able to get away. Back down to the safety of Wine below. Pambazu will go hunting.
It really is just
Pambazu is running the same ghost, by the way.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But there is another ghost charm. I'm just putting that out there. It does exist.
I'll keep my eye out for it.
Please do.
Pants can open up. So again, pressure applied from all directions now. Sweater hiding on the main breach in the corner. Could get aggressive, but no. Jones spots him out. He kills it, falls back. They do have that deployable shield in a pillar position still, so backside is somewhat covered, but they still fear the possibility of a flank from Pambasu, which he's actually rotated all the way across the map to that main front breach. DC might just try and force this. Blue stairs main breach situation with 35 seconds left. 1C4 in the pocket of Sweater could be the difference maker. All that single toxic bait from Foxay.
Pambazoo's walking on in, looking to take up further space. He sees one, but cannot do more than that. Connects on the sweater, nice shot. That's the Mozzie down, holding towards blue, where 2 players from this OXG team lay. Newers has somehow managed to find Canadian. All of DZ are taking their blows, good lord. And now Pambazoo needs to get significantly more active. Almost has all the kills. From above, down, he's been dropped. It's NJR to clutch out in a 1v2. Can't get it done, OXG. They continue their winning ways. They've got 5 rounds to 2 against DZ, and they're successful in their very first defense. DZ have already taken their time out. There's no way to slow this down.
No, there's not. No, you have no reason to take theirs anytime soon how things are progressing. And despite OXG being pressured so heavily on the bomb side itself, they kept on fighting and swinging out. Actually, I believe Canadian tossing in 3 flashbangs towards blue, while both members in blue from OXG just swung blinded and actually caught Canadian with the pre-fire and took him out. Plant doesn't go down. It's a chaotic situation for DarkZero. They cannot recover. Therefore, OXG did take the round. Good crossfires being established. Pambazoo being the one member to make everything happen in that round, but it wasn't enough despite how great of an effort that was from him.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
Kitchen bombs up next. Basement bombs at victorious with defenders. No surprise there, as it is one of the easier bombs that I would say to defend. But how things shaped up early on, it didn't look all to be that easy.
Am I correct that we haven't seen a bar gaming defense yet?
You are correct on my count.
Correct? Yes, excellent. That's what I thought.
Attackers objective.
Let me go through the brain storage here, right? Let's think back real quick. No, I don't think we have seen a bar at all. We have seen a lot of action in the bar area from the roamers of like Gavin and Canadian back when DC was in defense, but we did not see the bomb site itself be played there. Yes, I'll stick by that.
Reload.
Just had to make sure of myself, you know, internally. As one should. OXG changing things up quite dramatically with Foxay doing most of the flex work, but Newers as well actually showing not a new side to him. He has flexed previously on OXG as well, but more now than ever, playing both the Hibana and the Frost on this map. Getting 10 kills now, really waking up in the later half of this game. He did have a rough start.
Yesterday, Newers did not show up particularly well. Same with Forrest. Merc had a bad day today.
Yeah.
These superstars that we see that are designed in their roles to lead the team to victory by getting the most kills, they've had some struggles. I honestly think it's where we're at in the meta right now. Teams like 1 dedicated support and then 4 aggressive players. That seems to be the way it is. On a team like OXG, you've got 5 aggressive players, actually, because Dream is in the action quite frequently.
Yeah.
There's only 1 team in EU that sees such an aggressive support player. It tends to be that TT9 roster with Kendrew in that spot. Kendrew's always been that way, though, as a support player. Always very aggressive.
Always fighting. I mean, you can go as far as Shepard. Might not be an aggressive player, but he always wins his gunfights. DC now making progress on the map here. See the double off his water bombs reinforced off, allowing a cheat to just do like 3 vertical damage control onto the bomb site itself of Dining. Kitchen will stay relatively untouched, however. Gotta clear out the kite cloth. There's one on the bomb site walls. The nade managed, nope, didn't actually clear it. It did go drop down, but kite cloth could actually be hiding in the basement of all places. It's hard to tell. Taking damage from Kitchen, Dream, an easy kill onto Pambazoo. DC's kind of falling apart, walking in alone, underestimating what OXG can do.
Achieved is very close to one of these players from OXG as well, but who is it? Oh, Yaga. Yaga. The Yog Dog himself. Is his bark greater than his bite? Pambazoo had died. Gavin will die now as well. OXG want this match point, and they've only got 3 more players to find. 3 trophies. 3 trophies for the wall. As it's Canadian, actually, getting ever closer to trophy. He snaps on to Newers, but his team dying by the wayside, and he's finished off by Dream. In the midst of the kitchen, OXG cooking up match point, and NJR try as he might. Can't pull it off. This OXG squad, they look mighty refined with Yaga back on the roster. They have barnstormed their way to a 6-2. The only way they lose now is overtime.
Yeah. One thing that actually that struck me towards the end of the round, DC didn't bring any hard breach whatsoever, so the Kite Claw was a problem, but then again, it wasn't. Once it was cleared, it didn't change the outcome of the round whatsoever, because even though the wall didn't have any wall deny on it, it couldn't be opened up. So DC, they gotta just find a way into the bump site. There's one door from Dining Hallway, and
Locate
both
and
Gavin
defuse
and
as many
Pembers
bombs
just
as they
walked
can.
on in, tried to make something happen. Both just shut down immediately. Sure, Canadian ended up getting into the bump site itself, but didn't find any success either. Bit of a sloppy attack from DC, not as structured as they usually tend to be, and even now, the round following, no hard breach are being showcased again, unless these attacker repicks will change that. Lion does have the hard breach gadget, I believe, still, so could use that to his, at his disposal. Usually Lion runs EMPs these days.
10 seconds left before insertion.
You know the music?
The music.
Yeah, the music.
5
You just
seconds
want
to
to
go.
vibe. Just want to vibe.
Attackers
Which
objective
map
is to
has the best
locate a
music?
bomb and
Is it
defuse
Chile?
I'd say so. No, Consulate.
Oh, it's good.
Consulate. Consulate, yeah.
What?
The jazz upstairs in Visa, the...
Okay, but the basement one is
That's
kinda...
great. It sounds like robot noises. I love it.
Okay.
Newers right now in Mudroom, looking for a kill. Can't find it. Went for the spawn peek. Debilitating if DZ had
Attackers have located a bomb.
fed into that. While we've been hyping up Newers, though, Fox a 9-3, very quietly assembling an excellent set of scores. It looks like he's been permanently flashbanged. Look at that camera.
So bright. Yeah, it's not easy dealing with those settings sometimes. I was watching the Parabellum game earlier, and it's like all the players like their webcams and laxing with like his streamer cam in 4K. Very stark contrast of difference.
Bedroom defense upstairs, but OXG are spread out all throughout the map. You had Newers down below in Mudroom. You got Yaga defending upstairs by that chimney. Just about fireplace. How many players actually inside of the bomb site? That is the question.
Be a great catch from Gavin here with the drone work, but no, they don't spot him out in the piano hallway. But he's on a shield as well, so he's pretty safe and sound. Probably gonna be Newers on the ward if I can tell correctly. Yeah, it is.
Oh, Pamba's just creeping right on. How does he lose that?
No.
I don't know. I have no idea. Honestly, no clue how he loses that. Not ideal. OXG are just sweeping through DZ, who look intent to roll over and die on this round. Good lord.
Remember, DC's undefeated. It's the only team so far in the NAL, and that, I mean, very likely to end right here.
That's about to break, isn't it? Gavin will go for the vault in. Multiple people looking in his direction. Newers has line of sight. The last match ended flawlessly, so too will this one. OXG 7-2, not giving up a single kill in that final round. That's quick work.
That it is. DC, they go to Chalet, it doesn't work out, back to the drawing board, all they can do.
Well, that unbeaten streak is over. OXG, what a huge day for them. Back claps all around. That's it for this match. We'll be back in a couple minutes. We got one more match to go.